So it looks like the military is trying to get people to report if they are on OnlyFans and making content. Is this allowed? Is it a good idea? We're going to talk about it right here. What is up, guys? You're tuning into NickyMGTV for another video. As always, you can hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or down in the comments below. If you do have questions, always make sure you guys hit the notification bell, subscribe, like, share, whatever it is. And this topic is brought to you from Reddit on the r/Navy thread, which actually had someone that posted on there talking about a recent encounter they had at one of their musters quarters, like formations, whatever branch you're in, where people just gather. That's all we're going to say here for people that aren't military watching this. Now, if you guys don't know, obviously, while you're in the military, you are required to report if you are working other places. We do call this moonlighting, which often just requires a request sheet in order to allow you to do it, with the understanding that your military career is going to come before your secondary job. They do understand people do have child support, etc., bills to pay, where you may be able to get by, delivering pizzas or something like that. Now, I'm going to read this Reddit post in order to give you guys greater context on what the Navy is asking for people that are currently making content on OnlyFans, which is commonly known to be made specifically for adult content, but is now, as you see with other creators, is now diving into other fields which are not even related to that. But let's get into it. This poster says, Chief at Quarters, make sure to route a secondary employment chit if you have OnlyFans. Not a straight face in the division. Does Chain of Command just want to peep on the junior sailors? We may never know. So a lot of the other posts that stemmed from this actual post are asking, what was the purpose? Whose intention was it? Because the chief during the quarters was saying that it was not his idea in order to obtain this information, and really he's being the messenger at this point from higher levels of leadership. So this brings the question, is OnlyFans okay? What are we looking at as the internet is aging and what we're seeing, and some of the historical backgrounds that we've seen of issues with adult content, specifically with the military? So I have personally dealt with this. I'm going to talk about that later, but talking about this certain issue where you're having people that are doing consensual adult content. There was a thing called Marines United, which the Marines were sharing illicit photos that they were getting from other female Marines or service members across other places, and then sharing them, which this was cracked down upon, where it's been known now that the policy is it does have to be consensual, obviously, and if you're caught sharing this stuff, they are going to have almost zero tolerance. I'm going to tell you, anyone that's ever been caught for this definitely gets the book thrown at them. But now OnlyFans brings a whole new light to this, because now what were originally at one point free photos or free videos, right, from partners or maybe just whatever it was, maybe unsolicited too, what you're now seeing is people are wanting to make money doing this, because you're seeing huge numbers from people making millions upon millions on this platform, including prior Marine Savannah Grimblin. I don't know if I'm saying her last name right, where she's made several thousands of dollars doing this after her service has ended, and now that's probably one of her primary sources of income, where she brags about making $50, $60 plus $1,000 per month, which I'm sure has gone up, especially with her platform on Instagram of over about 100,000, I believe, the last time I checked, or it's even close to that. But looking at it now, obviously, if she was a Marine doing that, that would be a negative thing. I think that's why she waited until she is now a veteran. But looking at this, you have to question, is this a legal form of, what the Marine Corps stands for, what the Navy stands for, what the Army stands for? And we don't have any true guidance that I can see right now to say that you can or can't. Obviously, a lot of these photos are not going to be linked to the military, which is the guidance for social media, which I believe this would fall under, also working as well, does not really cover this. And this is where we get into iffy waters, because does the chain of command have any bearing in order to be able to determine if they should gather information if people do have OnlyFans? When you look at why somebody works off hours while they're in the military, it's to gain extra money, obviously. But the military wants to know, are we not getting enough out of you, or are you getting too much out of you from another employment? Where is your time going? And so that way, if your performance falls, they can look at faults and see, okay, maybe your employment is the reason why. Now, when you look at something like OnlyFans, you're seeing that they don't have set hours, delivering pizzas after hours from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. at night or something like that. This is very much on your own schedule. They could go home during lunch and shoot photos or videos if they wanted, as long as they're back to work on time. And I will say I've actually dealt with this because I did have questions about my own YouTube channel where people were like, how illegal was it? Because there are people that were saying at one point it is illegal to make money off of blogs or YouTube or anything else, which I have confirmed with my own legal department, which they've said that is not the case. And you do not have to report your earnings to anybody because it is on your own time. So my advice to anybody, if you're looking to get into OnlyFans, if you're looking to make money in other ways, and you're in the military, definitely run to your legal office. They are not there to shame you for doing anything. They are there to make sure you are not doing stuff illegal, and they're more than willing to help you, because if you get charged or you have to go to UCMJ and you talk to them for that, for non-judicial punishment, or even going to court-martial for something, that is something that they'd probably want to avoid doing more work, and maybe just give you the advice as far as, just advising you what you should or should not do. And they've actually been a great help. So it is a free service. You don't pay for any of their fees. You don't pay for any of the retainers, nothing like that. So definitely advise you guys if you guys want to do this. And, I don't really know where I stand on this. Obviously, I do see the breakdown in regulation and order, where if there is a person in the unit that it has an OnlyFans and they are selling it and everyone on the ship has it, where does that barrier or respect degrade or break down? I know some people think that is woman empowerment, all power to you, but that also, you have to look at the other end of the spectrum, where there are people that are going to treat that person differently. They could be in a negative way or even in a favoritism way. So, how is that going to affect the ranks is a big question. And I could see it go either way, but that's where I bring the question to you guys to see what you guys think about OnlyFans in the military. Definitely, it is growing more and more every day. So if you guys do have questions about this or anything else, you can always hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or down in the comments below. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.